I got a show for y'all. All right, so Laken Riley murderer has been convicted, right? Mm-hmm. ABC News is reporting on the story, and this is like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen from a reporter. Right. I didn't think it could get any worse.
Yeah, they lost this election massively, and they're doubling down on their stupidity.
Yo, watch what this Negro says.
This death of Laken Riley and the subsequent trial has essentially been a massive political lightning rod here in this country. And you said it there yourself, the president-elect campaigning on the death of Laken Riley and pointing to the current administration, saying that their laws and what they're calling failed policies contributed to Laken Riley's death. I want to remind you that Ibarra entered this country illegally in 2022, according to law enforcement officials, and he was paroled and released for further processing by ICE. And since that time he entered the country, he was arrested another time. Law enforcement officers saying that he was arrested in 2023 in New York City and charged with acting in a manner to injure a child less than 17, as well as a motor vehicle violation. But it's important to note that although there is very little evidence indicating a connection between immigration and violent crime, this is still something the President-elect Trump, several Republicans on the Hill wanted to essentially plant their flag on and point that to the current Biden administration. And we saw that even as early as President Biden's latest State of the Union address, where Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene infamously interrupted President Biden, forcing him to acknowledge the death of Laken Riley, something that President Biden did by holding up a pin in her during that State of the Union. But it is important to note that all of this vitriol that we're hearing from Republicans and President-elect Trump regarding the policies of the Biden administration, it's important to know that President-elect Trump did force Republicans to essentially tank a bipartisan border security bill that both sides of the aisle said would have essentially addressed border security and immigration issues, Kira.
They're still doubling down on that lie.
Democrats voted against that bill as well.
Right.
Like they got all this, what's the word he used? Vitriol for Trump, right?
Right.
Because this is his hill to down as far as, trying to win an election. But I don't hear no vitriol for the illegal immigrant who killed another person, American citizen in this country. Where's your vitriol for him?
Right.
But it's for Trump and his supporters? Man. Can people be this dumb?
Yeah, he's saying that crime is not up because of illegal immigration. That's because y'all are mischaracterizing what crime is. Y'all actually changed the definition. Y'all actually conflate illegal immigration with immigration intentionally to mislead the American people.
Yeah, a lot of these people that y'all say is in the country legally, it's because the Biden administration waved a wand and said, no, this is legal, even though it's illegal.
Right.
Even though the current administration know these people do not fit the requirements to seek asylum in this country.
Right.
They already know this.
Yeah, it's a fact that Biden's policies got this young woman murdered.
And in fact, he was arrested one time before in New York, and New York did not turn him over to ICE agents.
Yeah.
But y'all
need to look. This is y'all's policy. Y'all need to own this tragedy, because if it was Trump was in office, this wouldn't have happened. A lot of people still be alive. Not only Russians, Ukrainians. It'll be so many more people alive. I mean, there's countless black people being killed by illegal immigrants, but nobody says anything about it.
Yeah, man, I can't. Man, I can't believe this dude said this on national.
Well,
that's like
he's the perfect person to push out this message.
He's portraying like Trump is using this woman for political gain.
Yeah.
So Trump should just stay silent on this.
Right.
These atrocities are happening all over the country, but he should stay silent on this because he has ill intentions. He's using another person's death for political gain. You people are weird.
Yeah. And y'all lost this last election massively, and y'all continue to perpetuate that what Biden is doing is legal immigration.
Hey, they say immigrants commit less crimes than American citizens.
That's statistically impossible. If you're in the country illegally, you're already a criminal.
As soon as you got here. Hey, and You know that story about in Denver how that Venezuelan gang took over an apartment complex?
Right.
Turns out this is not isolated in Denver, in Colorado.
Right.
It's all over America. Look at this story.
Right.
In New York City, a Manhattan DA got attacked by a Venezuelan gang member that's here in the country illegally.
But hey, immigrants don't break the law as much as U.S. citizens.
Check this story out. This is nuts.
I meant illegal immigrants.
Isling, Brandon Somoza being led out of the Midtown South precinct on West 35th Street this morning. Police say at about 2 a.m. Sunday, he robbed a 38-year-old woman in the hallway of her Hell's Kitchen apartment building. He allegedly grabbed her purse, cell phone, and bank cards and also performed a lewd act. The victim is a Manhattan assistant DA. She was not injured. Police traced her stolen cell phone to a hotel on West 45th Street, which led them to believe the suspect is a migrant, and they were able to track him down. Somoza was arrested just last night. Police say he was using drugs on the street and had stolen items with him. Police believe he is part of Tren de Aragua. That's the Venezuelan gang that has preyed on people in Times Square and Central Park. Somoza is facing a number of counts, including sexually motivated robbery and burglary. He also has 6 prior arrests, all from this year on similar crimes. And he's believed to have arrived in the U.S. in February of 2023. In Lower Manhattan, Lauren Glassberg, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
I don't get it, man. You leave your country to come here for supposedly for a better life, but you did the exact same thing you was doing in your country. I mean, why would you come to the United States to be a gang member? You got to be as smart as a gorilla.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to what Trump was saying. Like these other countries,
letting out
they're emptying out their prisons into our country.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Alvin Bragg, that's the guy, the DA that convicted Trump up there, prosecuted Trump,
Right.
up there for like 100 million felons or whatever.
Right.
His assistant, his coworker, gets mugged. I mean, this is what y'all wanted. This is the policies y'all advocate for. This is what New Yorkers voted for. This is what Alvin Bragg, this is what this DA wants.
Yeah, fuck this. No, they didn't think it's going to come on that doorstep.
Yeah, but he's been arrested 6 times.
Right.
And they let him go for.
Are you implying that Alvin Bragg is an idiot?
I think majority of people that live in New York are idiots.
Yeah.
You know, I was in New York. Remember, I was in New York. We was driving around in a taxi, and I paid for my fare, and that was like an $8 congestion tax because I was riding in a taxi around 6 p.m. I had to pay an $8 tax for taking the cab. You people are fucking idiots. That's what y'all voted. Y'all people are sick mentally. Y'all should be locked up. Shouldn't be able to vote. Y'all people are morons.
Yeah, man.
This show's over.